a roustabout, shifting from town to town. No job can hold him down. He's just a knockaround guy. There's a lot of space beneath that sky. Till he finds his place, there's no doubt he'll be a roving roustabout.
Hey everybody!
Whoa!
Look who it is!
Hello!
Fucking, I'm alive. I'm alive and in Denmark, and I've been here for I'm gonna say close to 10 days now, and I feel like I hate to say it, I got soft in Texas, where my guest here today, this afternoon, Allison, I'm not gonna butcher your last name with a W.
Wojtowecz.
Wojtowecz. Okay. Clear. Wojtowecz. I think because it's
Just how
look
it's
any
spelled.
more than 3 syllables, and you've got anything that's Easter, you're like
Yeah, it's super Polish.
It's really tough. But fortunately, I grew up with a bunch of Polish kids, dobre, as they say. And when we would steal from stores, we would speak in Polish slang.
No.
Yeah, because my friend would speak Polish to his grandparents, and we would ask him, like, you know, the swear words and stuff. So, but we had a whole language of just bastardized Polish as we would steal from 7-Elevens. Got to a point where I don't know if you've ever seen a 7-Eleven go out of business from shoplifting, but my friends and I in the 80s we would steal everything.
I was like, how much shit were you stealing at a time?
Listen, it was like $10,000 a month of like just in chocolate bars and hot dogs. We would take a super big golf cup and fill it up with chili. Pump chili, yeah. We would eat the pump chili and the nacho cheese, and it would be hot. And it's a wax cup, as you know. So you got hot chili, the bottom would buckle. So you only had about 5 minutes to eat the whole thing.
All that delicious plastic in the cup.
Everybody would grab a spoon and just eat that cat food. It was the worst. But yeah, 7-Elevens took a beating in the city of Hamilton.
Here are so fancy.
Fuck yeah.
They're so nice.
I don't know how many meals I've eaten there.
I literally, every single night I've been here so far, have stopped at the 7-Eleven on my way home to get food.
Yeah.
Because I keep forgetting to eat.
It's tidy, too.
It's clean.
They got good baked goods.
I told the audience last night I expect to get stabbed at the 7-Elevens at home, and they lost their mind. They were so scared for me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, that's Tuesday in Texas.
Yeah, they do have a this different kind of sensitivity to violence.
Yeah, which is weird because they love being beat up by the comedians.
They do. They're sick that way. I think because it's somebody foreign, it gives them a little, like he's not one of ours.
Right.
So we're not so hung up on how personal it is. And it's never really political. It's really just who, you saw some people get it pretty bad last night from me. Right?
There was a group of boys that looked like they could be 15 in America, but everyone here is like, you know, gorgeous and younger than they. I'm 40 for Denmark.
How do you have, first of all, how are all your fucking friends easily over 6'2"? All of them.
Everyone's like, I'm studying to be a computer engineer.
If those kids were in Texas, they'd have fucking baseball scholarships, wouldn't they?
Every
They look
single
like natural
dude.
athletes.
Yeah, every dude on any dating app or on the street here looks like he's a Viking in training.
I just saw one of my favorites. A black girl with freckles and red hair.
Whoa.
I almost walked into a fucking window.
Dude, they're gentrifying Wendy's now too.
Yeah, it's a different thing. Like how many countries have you been to now?
I think this is my 13th.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah.
On what kind of side of the planet did you kind of do? Mainly countries that were connected to each other, or just all at once, or were these kind of
back and forth a lot?
Yeah.
I've done a lot of Caribbean, some like south of Texas, Central America, Mexico, but I've done a bit of Europe too.
Yeah. You know, how many days you've been here now? Almost a week?
This is my 4th day here. It feels
Fourth
like a
day.
week.
Yeah, I know.
Jeez.
Feels like 10 years for me.
Yeah, you
I
told me-
look like how Denmark feels. That's this get up right here.
pretty much.
Yeah. And the election posters are
Everywhere.
first of all, be original. It's the same template. Let's cut through here. Oh, I
If
think this is the
you-
King's.
Let's just say with these, we need to get some of these election posters on camera, but if you went to Shutterstock and searched.
Okay. And we're back. We just cut for commercial. If I had sponsors, that's where they'd be.
Let's put some sponsorship ads in there later.
You know what? I will say I should do. I never really do thank yous. My support group is small
Yeah.
and tidy, but they've never really asked. But they've always been good to me. Like, I don't know. I'm not even a drinker, but Whistle Pigs always hook me up, and they're doing maple syrup now.
Oh, wow.
Get your Whistle Pig maple syrup, folks.
That's perfect.
It's so good. And as a Canadian, I was kind of it's gonna be like table of syrup from America, where you'd find it at IHOP, which is just
So gross.
corn syrup and dye.
Yep.
It's not very nice. But you also know you have a fitness background. You
Yeah.
clearly know the health benefits of pure maple syrup.
Oh, yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's better for you than regular sugar, that's for sure.
Yeah, I had been doing it. I plan on doing one maybe before the end of the year's Master Cleanse. I'm at the hippie end of my health fitness is that I'll go on 20-day. I think my record's like around 25 with no food.
Oh, so you just do a fast. That's what you mean by
The,
master cleanse.
the lemon juice, the cayenne, and the maple syrup, the spring water, those crazy sea salt flushes. Like,
Right.
you never, like, by day 6, after you've had your first 50 nightmares, because unearthing when your body gets that clean rinse, your subconscious sleep, you just open up those old doors. It's just
Yeah.
fucking spiders and vampires at every turn.
Oh, yeah.
Terrible, sweating. Well, probably I'm detoxing at the same time.
True.
Too. You know, it's not always organic broccoli at my house. So the amount of how your body just collapses in on itself once it's
Yeah.
exhausted all the crap
No, I
and
mean,
inflammation, and it's crazy.
you don't even need to cut food for that. There's this like program called the Whole30, and it's basically just strict paleo.
Okay,
So-
paleo's just straight meat,
So
right?
it's no grains, no dairy, and no sugar. So no grains also includes, and no legumes. So like no beans, no rice, no gluten grains, all that shit.
Hey, if I could set it up, it would honestly be steak and fruit for me.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what they're calling carnivore these days.
I throw in a loaf of bread and a spaghetti and meatballs once a month just to freak my body out. Let
Let it know who's boss.
Yeah, well, I also have, I eat extremely clean, and then I'll binge on complete trash, the most disgusting desserts you've ever seen in your life. Look at the children playing.
We have so many. There's so many silly vehicles there. Look at the bike behind us. That's like how people carry their children.
You would have died laughing on the plane when I had to hold that baby, that real brand new baby. While this lady had to get her stuff out. I said, "Listen, I'll hold your baby." It was not uncomfortable, but I was just like, she hasn't seen the show,
No.
right? But again,
Casual.
I don't know. The kid's probably safer than me than the average Joe anyway.
Probably.
I would think. I think I'd be more of a deterrent for them to.
Anyone else
I'll
trying to
actually
grab that
put
kid.
the baby in a garbage can to deal with the situation rather than panic.
Right.
But anyway, how nice is this? Sorry, I
This
got
is
that trot going. I'm
beautiful.
walking way too fast.
Oh no, I'm so into this. This is gorgeous.
Yeah, you got it. It's a
Thanks,
pretty
Clara.
cool.
Some of these things just look like storybooks.
Well, the fucking statue over there,
I
I
know.
was joking And he goes, that's in fact the guy who wrote the fucking a bunch of famous children's stories. The Ugly Duckling.
Apparently, The Little Mermaid is Danish too. That's why it's there.
Oh.
I didn't even know that was why the statue was here.
Oh, you have no idea. Like the mile, because look, America's great. I'm really enjoying my stay, but have poached. Walt Disney came to. First of all, there's an amusement park here called the Tivoli, and it's where Walt Disney got his idea for a theme park.
Oh wow.
So I guess he must have put the characters into a family excursion.
Yep.
But let's get to the dirty part of what this city has. It is out of hand.
It's a lot. I didn't know what you were talking about when you said everyone just like on you all the
Yeah.
time, but everyone wants you to drink with them all the time.
Yeah.
Everyone
Aggressively.
is nocturnal but somehow awake during the day too.
Yeah.
I slept until 3 p.m. yesterday.
It's a different pace.
No
The
one
girls
seems
can
to
drink a
work.
lot here, but they're a little more they can handle it. They're not that sloppy.
They
I've seen
can
some
hang.
fucked up girls. They'll drink 12 beers and then ride their bicycle home.
Oh yeah, I've seen more dudes get worse, like get fucked
Yeah.
up worse than the girls.
I got beat up by three 25-year-old girls that weighed about 110 pounds each. They outdrank me. In fact, I'd passed out and they'd gone to the liquor store at 6 a.m. to get more booze. Well, I snored face down into a couch. It was embarrassing because they laughed at me when I woke up.
Yeah, they're like, "Wake up, sunshine."
But it had been a
Morning
long tour. I had Jägermeister as my sponsor, for Christ's sakes.
liquor. Okay, that.
50
yeah.
bottles that we couldn't get rid of fast enough. And I already had my fill day 3. You know, I was a moderate fan, but to see black syrup liqueur in a pint glass, it just
Yeah.
makes you wince. Fortunately, you've saved a bit of your own skin by being alcohol free.
Yeah. No, both of us have not had any alcohol while we're here, and that's the only reason I'm alive right now.
Yeah. No, unfortunately, I really enjoy when, because I like to watch them go. I'm like, yeah, have another drink.
Yeah.
Because I know you'll sleep all day, and I won't hear from you for 24 hours because you're gonna have a brutal hangover,
Yep.
crippled.
Then we get to get some work done.
What do you think of the language?
It's pretty gross, honestly. It sounds like someone's hawking a loogie in French. Like,
It does have a mumbly, watery sound to it.
yeah.
English is on point for the most part, right?
I
They speak
mean-
English.
Yeah, oh yeah. Everyone's English here is really good, and they, as far as like close to having an American accent, this is the closest you're gonna get. Like, the way they pronounce their words here are very similar. You can't even tell some people are from here half the time.
Yeah, especially if they've traveled or studied abroad a lot.
Yeah.
They pick up the dialect. I met a Norwegian girl with a Liverpoolian accent,
Oh wow.
which is very distinctly English.
And very distinctly Liverpool.
Yeah, and it'd make me laugh so hard because she sounded so Scouse. It was in this angelic Norwegian body.
Yeah, right.
It's wild. Yeah, I do enjoy the accent. Sometimes, like especially with Norwegian and Swedish, I can kind of pick out some of their recent English words that they've added to
That
the
they've learned.
language. Yeah, I was practicing. I had a Rosetta Stone going there, and I was actually picking up on it pretty good.
Yeah.
I started to make an effort, and then I decided that I really had to spend more time in LA. I couldn't hide in Stockholm from the business that was like draining me of my soul, and that was a good place to be. But it's not. They really are particular about separating themselves from the neighboring countries.
Oh, for sure. Everyone here would get super upset with you if you told them that, like, asked them if they were Swedish.
Yeah,
For sure.
yeah, it's quite funny.
It's
And
like Texas, Oklahoma, I guess.
for sure, no, I think it's probably an Austin, Texas thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'm not from Texas, I'm from Austin.
Yeah, which I was told they don't even consider Austin part of Texas.
A lot of Austinites don't. Or maybe a lot of Texans don't actually. You talk to anyone from not Austin and they're just like, I hate Austin.
Well, you've got what? 3 shows under your belt since you've been here, or 2?
2.
2 at the
Just
same
watched
venue.
the one on Friday, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How do you
Knockouts
feel
is
it?
great. I love the audiences here.
Yeah. A lot more women than I anticipated. It's
lot
like
of
60-40.
And they like the dirty stuff. There was one woman that wasn't laughing super hard at one part of your set last night, and you just went in on her, and she was cracking up by the end of it. I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Everybody needs to feel it, or I can't live. Yeah. No, I always look. Sometimes there's some people that you cannot reach,
Right.
and I don't know what's going on at home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but at the same time, if it is something that's holding you back from, you've got a well of pain, and you can't even laugh because you're in so much distress
That's a
in your
problem.
personal life.
Yeah.
But when I crack those people, they fall into a tumbleweed of laughter.
Yeah.
I've seen my wife like 6 times here today.
Jason falls in love dozens of times
No,
every time we go out.
I
on a walk.
respect the art of a beautiful woman. It's great. Yeah, no, you've seen it. But the dudes, they're kind of queery.
They're perfect. Okay, I was
They're
talking.
perfect.
They're perfect. So don't Google my ex. But no, I was talking to someone about this last night. They're all really pretty, and they're not like manly men in the way that like Texans think of, but they're still like.
Yeah, it's not macho.
Yeah, but they're
macho.
still 6'3" linebackers, so there's something there.
Yeah, no, there's an inherited big dick confidence.
It's all that Viking energy.
Yeah,
I don't know what to do with
it's
it now.
all balls. I don't know if there's dick in any of it. It could be just balls.
Yeah, maybe they just have too much testosterone.
But but they do. Look, if any of these guys grew a beard and put on jeans, they'd be terrifying.
Oh yeah, for sure. I would think they're in the UFC.
Yeah.
Thank God they
Just-
can't grow facial hair.
Yeah, they are. They have soft complexion.
Yeah, their skin's better than mine. It's so embarrassing. You look airbrushed.
Yeah, I curse around kids here because they don't understand what I'm saying. And the nudity in this park is outrageous. Look at these statues. It's asses all over the
Apparently,
place.
like all of the beaches are just like do what you want. So half the people will treat them like nude beaches.
Yeah, they're over the cover your tits thing. And look, first of all, if there's an equal amount of naked people in the room, the hideousness of male genitalia
Yeah.
will bring down the stock market of any amazing breast. You know what I mean? Sometimes the dicks are so bad you can't even look
You
at
can't
the
even
piece.
enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, how are you 17 years old and you have an 87-year-old man's cock?
Every dick is old when it's born. It's no Benjamin Button. It's just old. They're shriveled.
I think it's just, I look at it as in a kind of cocoonal state, a caterpillar situation, you know. But yeah, it's a terrible device. Like,
Anything that can shrivel up like that can't be trusted, you know?
I had some friends of mine in high school steal a boat and get swept out, and they had been rescued in hypothermia treatments in the fall or something. And they came back to school the next day, and we'd be like, what happened? They go, fuck, man, we stole the boat. We couldn't row back, blah, blah, blah.
No.
He goes, the worst part is just the hot nurses telling us to take off all our clothes. And he said our dicks had never been smaller in their lives.
Right.
It was a terrible day at the office.
It's so funny when dudes get embarrassed by something like that because it's like, yo, yeah, I'm sure that nurse was like, ooh, I want to check out these
Not once.
teenagers that stole a boat.
You never know. You never know. Nurses are twisted. I've dated a bunch of them.
Well, that explains it.
It's like anybody who's dated somebody in the military
Yeah.
or like a firefighter, aka shout out Boomer Phillips,
What's
the
up?
gaper.
I've seen your asshole too many times already.
Yeah, I go out of my way to bring it up on every show. It's ruined. This is the ugly duckling poet
Oh,
guy.
sweet. I'm tossing this.
Yeah. Tidy city too.
It's what?
It's pretty clean.
Oh yeah. This is one of the cleanest places I've ever visited.
The view behind us off this shot, what we got going on here, is gonna look fucking insane.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I know.
I am so baked right now. I almost tripped over.
You didn't share shit.
No, I smoked. Oh, I got one of my a terrible little roach in my pocket.
All right.
What was your thoughts on Christiania? I have to say though, with the way things have been going, you're seeing that place at the very end of its life.
I know. I'm glad I came here when I
Yeah.
did. Everyone's telling me they're gonna knock it down and turn it into high rises.
Yeah, within the next 4 to 5 years.
I don't know why that's the trend everywhere, but ugly duckling man.
People are look. There should
Oh,
always.
is it Hans Christian Andersen?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize he was Danish.
I wish I should have read that.
So,
I should have read that.
I'm
would've
like,
picked
I
up on
know
the name.
that. I would have a theater degree. I know
Old
this.
Hans. What a life.
I know.
Old Hansi. You know what? This is the thing though. These guys, look at how many children's entertainers or religious figures have been outed for pedophilia.
Yeah.
Because this guy was writing children's books.
Right.
No one's ever looked back at Hans's
To try and cancel
diary.
him.
Yeah, no one's gone after Hans. Didn't they go after Dr. Zeus?
Yes, they did.
Come on. And
Maybe Hans
Who
got
are
away
they?
with it because he's too far back.
You're
How far
on-
back are you allowed to cancel someone? You know, Dr. Seuss is dead, but they still got him.
There must be tabloid or just general bounty hunters who
Yeah.
Google the internet looking for bits and pieces to build any sort of case.
Right. Well, because we can
what
just keep
happened-
fighting about that instead of the current problems, you know?
Yeah, I know more about Britney Spears than I know about wars around the world.
Yeah. I don't actually know what's happening anywhere. I've heard so many jokes about Ukraine and Russia since we've been here because we're actually, proximity-wise, we're close.
Hunter's Ukrainian.
Everyone's worried about it, but I don't know what the hell's going on.
They're-
They don't tell us anything
There
in
were-
America.
You know how many people here are not going to be able to turn their heat on this winter because of this
energy crisis?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like
we're-
these families here, if they're fortunate enough, they're going to have heat. They're worrying about a blackout.
Yeah,
That's
we're...
terrible. And you know, it's not like these fuckers can go out and do wood or coal.
Right.
And if you got a house with a fireplace, you're kind of set for a minute.
Yeah.
You run out of burning your furnace anyway. Fuck.
Yeah, we're here right after they blew up the Russian oil pipeline, and so now there's an energy crisis here. And it's already getting cold. I would not want to be here in December with no
No.
heat.
No, especially with babies.
Yeah.
That would totally suck. And it's windy as shit here.
Looks like a hurricane blowing in.
It's like every 80s horror movie.
Seriously.
This is like a werewolf scene.
If this were a graveyard, it would be so terrifying. with
I'd have
these
a
trees.
futon right over by the headstone.
You're not supposed to give away. Don't dox yourself.
It is, it's pretty cool. We got a show this evening.
Hell yeah, we do.
This
All
is the
week?
first of a series of, excuse me, Red Bull and the other stuff. 8 shows?
8 shows. We start tonight. Tonight's Sunday, the 16th. Happy birthday, Mom.
Is it your mother's
It's my mom's birthday, and I'm being a degenerate
Ma.
in Europe with Jason Rouse.
My mother just, it's like the worst. If your mother had to see this on her birthday, she would have questions. Are you okay?
Yeah, seriously. And then one show every night, the whole week. 2 shows Saturday. Knock Knock Comedy Club.
It should be good.
It's gonna be fun.
It should be good. I bet you get a weird collective of just loyal fans from this
Yeah, there was a
trip.
guy that looked like a 40-year-old version of you that would not stop fanboying over you at the.
Yeah, they all look like me in some way, don't they?
We
They're
were-
always 10 years younger on paper,
Yeah.
but I look younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was wild for like an hour and a half.
That was fun. He was nice. I think we're gonna see him at a show, but it was fun for me to see your doppelganger out in the wilds.
Yeah, they usually live with their parents or something, and listen to a lot of heavy metal.
Hang out at rock bars.
Yeah, what do you think of the nightlife?
Oh, it's great.
It's on point, right?
There's
You
so
can-
many different vibes.
Whew.
Like everyone
Every-
every place has its vibe.
Yeah,
You can find these awesome
distinctly too.
Yeah.
They're not dabbling in anything. They
No.
go, oh, we're committed to this, and they're side by side.
Yeah. You can go to like an upscale champagne bar with like low lighting and cool colors, and then next door it's a rock club.
And a kebab shop.
Yeah.
And some sort of boutique tea
Right.
house.
Nice
Oh,
little like smoothie coffee situation. Joe and the Juice is everywhere. The
yeah,
Starbucks
it
of
tastes like dog shit. I had a shake from Joe and the Juice.
I
and,
definitely sorry.
they
We're
have the
interrupting
food.
a picture. You got a
I
shake
should've-
from there.
I should have tackled them into the bushes. I need that internet
to our
money.
show.
Yeah. Ah, mama. Yeah, I got the imp of the perverse is what a boomer calls it. I have to have little chats with myself and say, listen, cool it. Don't grab that baby and just run.
The devil on your shoulder is really loud.
No, he whispers. And I'm hard of hearing on that side. So I'm like, what? And he's like, I'll tell you again. Go pee over there.
Yeah. No, you can steal that candy bar from the 7-Elevens here.
And now you can see why I enjoy myself so much here in Denmark, because no one ever knows you here.
Yeah.
Like there's no like, they actually get offended if you have questions about laws or like any kind of faux pas, trying to like
Right.
be endearing to their culture and their rules. And they mock you for paying attention to
Right.
not doing whatever the hell you want.
Yeah. They're like, oh, you're trying to follow the rules?
Yeah, move to Sweden, you commie. Yeah, it's I enjoy it. Summer here next year is the plan, everybody.
Hell
So
yeah.
there'll be a big sprawling European tour. I'm gonna try and I want to do a little thing with my buddy Jared. I think the idea of Jared
Jared would
having
be
to do a
awesome.
laundry list of tasks to be approved to
Oh,
perform
are we gonna write him a
in
regimen?
Denmark. I have to.
Yeah.
I tell him, I go, you know, I made him buy a whiteboard and some post-it notes, and I'm like, you gotta fucking. Tony Hinchcliffe and Brian Redband are not fucking around. You will be cut. You'll be people. You see how many people you've seen get fired and hired.
Right.
There's only a couple of like, you know,
Long lasting.
the fact that William Montgomery went through alcoholism and got sober all under the umbrella of that show.
Yeah.
You know, it's the bottom line as to who's the funniest.
Yeah. You got to keep your A game up.
Yeah. And listen, you know, developing a personality and having 60 seconds of comedy is not really far off the to-do list if you're going to be a professional comic.
Right.
Like, how do you feel now? What is it, 5 years now? Comedy, 4 years, yeah.
4 years.
You covered a bit of ground.
Covered a bit of ground. I've gotten really lucky and I've gotten to perform a lot over the States. This is my first long run out of the States. Performed once in Barcelona. That was great. But
You're lucky. I don't know if it's your sales background or your upbringing, but you can really, you know, function by yourself and have a conversation with anybody. And
yeah,
a lot of people don't know how to do that.
I mean, traveling helps with that too.
Yeah.
Like, I was having that conversation with someone yesterday. It's like once you talk to someone who's got a completely different story than you and they've done some shit that you might think is fucked up, but they have reasons for it, it's like you can't hate anyone. You
Yeah.
can't judge anyone that hard. You can meet someone and dislike them and just never talk to them again, but when you're talking to them, like, be a person, you know? We're all people.
Yeah, I know when I was in Dubai and I seen the McArab and this beautiful Arab lady holding their version of the Big Mac.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
was like, there it is, next to
Yeah.
the Starbucks.
Yep.
Everybody get in line. We're all drinking from the same tit.
Seriously.
It's that's one thing for sure.
Those corporations are everywhere. There's even Starbucks infiltrating here now.
I've only seen like 2.
I've seen 2. There's one in the
Yeah.
train station and some other one somewhere, but
They had them across the street from each other in Vancouver. It was
Ugh.
It came up through Seattle. Listen, I'm not gonna hate. I got the app.
Yeah.
It's been a paradise when you're traveling and you need a coffee and the
Starbucks
internet.
works because they make sure to make their coffee the same everywhere, and they always have internet.
Yeah,
That it's not a coffee
consistent.
lover shop. It's the consistency people go for. So it's like, yeah, I dunk into a Starbucks all the time too if I know I need internet or coffee that I know what it tastes like, but it's not the best, you know?
I'll tell you that Starbucks at Sunset La Brea when I lived in West Hollywood, a guy had brought a full computer, a tower, a monitor.
Oh my God.
He enclosed himself in the corner. It was wild.
Those are the worst.
Wild.
Bro,
and it
you got a
stunk.
whole ass monitor and you can't afford Wi-Fi at home. Like,
It reeked. But he'd move furniture and things. It was a whole setup. I'd see all kinds of shit in there. There was a couple times where I was, do I really want to be stuck in this room? Because
Right.
the people on that street were very active
yeah.
and ambitious. They were very intrusive, as you probably.
No, I've been to that
Yeah.
Starbucks. I know exactly what
Yeah,
you're
it's
talking
wild.
about.
They had to get rid of the bathrooms because people were just.
They're just dipping in there to.
Oh, it was. I can't even imagine. The cleaning staff would just, everything, syringes or
swallowing
whatever.
down
Yeah, they were
puke, trying to
showering
clean
in
the
there.
shit. Yeah.
It's tough. Public bathrooms, especially, another thing you'll find when you travel.
I mean, that's one thing, as annoying as it is when you're traveling in Europe, most of the
I
bathrooms
thought
are
that
not
was Tim
public.
Dillon for a minute.
I literally did too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys will get it when you see.
That guy smelled great. You know what that
Everyone-
was? Come on.
the smell that he had on.
Money. That guy's fucking rich. That guy stunk of money.
Everyone here smells good though. That's true.
They're
like there's no
tidy.
BO.
Their mouths are pottied. That's
Yeah.
another thing. I like a tidy body, but it's diaper fires every time out of my mouth.
Well, because they're all chain smoking cigarettes all
They
day.
do smoke a
and
lot of cigarettes.
not brushing their teeth enough.
A lot of smoking and bicycling.
yeah.
I've never seen such a contradiction of cardio, and you can't hate. Everyone's waistline is on point.
Everyone's fit. Like even the heavier people still like have nice skin. Like
Yeah.
they're not getting all of the epidemic of obesity that we have.
Yet the diet is pretty limited.
It's wild, yeah. That's what pisses me off the most about these people is they're all gorgeous supermodels, but they're
That couple,
eating bread.
how much money would you? Shut my mouth. I would pay so much money to watch those two fuck.
I knew you were gonna say that.
That was so hot.
It's like everyone dresses to the T.
Look at this. It looks like my old high school picture.
Ah. Oh my God, I
yeah.
asked someone yesterday if they eat reindeer here, and he was like, "Isn't that just a deer?" I was like, "Oh shit, I forgot. That's a normal deer for you guys here."
Yeah, yeah. Actually like a farming industry.
It's a delicacy, I guess. But not
No,
really.
I think it's
just a
around.
normal
It's
staple?
around between, oh God, a pork chop and a steak.
I mean, I'm definitely getting some while I'm here for sure.
Yeah, I gotta get into it. I've had some game meat, and the only thing that I really dug was the sliced moose. And for like a cold cut, I thought that was like one of the best sandwiches I'd eaten in my
You
life.
had cold cut moose?
Yeah, it was sliced and it
Interesting.
was peppered on the outside.
If you liked that, I'm sure you'd like the reindeer. It's a little more mild. Or deer is more mild.
Finland that's what they're known for. Their reindeer. It's I think one of their biggest exports. And
Yeah.
I'm sure I'd eaten a reindeer burger, but again, I don't know.
We just eat. If someone gives us free food, that's what we're eating here.
Yeah, because every time you pull your wallet out to get a sandwich, it's $38.
Going to bankruptcy. Yeah, seriously.
It's not too bad right now. There's been some trips I've had where the exchange rate was soul destroying.
Oh yeah, I mean, we're lucky that the euro and the dollar are like almost equal right now. I think that's bringing everything else down too. But yeah, I still can't get the conversion of the shit here right. That looks like fake money to me. I have no idea how much money I'm spending.
Yeah, I honestly, the amount of times I just really dump out the coins,
Yeah.
I know they're not going to rip me off.
Right.
And I know that there's not enough coinage there for me to be under any kind of grief if they took a bonus tip.
Right.
but the coins are undistinguishable. I know they have numbers.
They have very hard to read numbers on them.
Let's get run over by a bike. How many times have you almost been clipped by a fucking giant?
So many.
The women here are huge
These
too.
Amazon women with pale skin just barreling down the street on their bikes will not stop.
This is all it is. This is everybody rides it. I can't wait to bring my BMX here and going, I'm from the future.
Wait till you guys find out about this.
They're going, 60-year-old men ride kids' bikes in the future? And I'm like, yeah, and it's cool. I went over the handlebars. That was one of the things that I'd done when I had to move back to my hometown.
Oh, shit.
I was like, well, I'm kind of back in the 80s now for the first time in my life. Like, I'm going to act like it's the 80s. And I picked up this BMX bike, which I'd ridden them pretty consistently for a large part of my childhood, right up until comedy. And then I realized that showing up with a broken wrist at a comedy show for riding a BMX is... They're gonna like,
Just
what
hold
are
the
you
mic
doing?
with
You
it.
Evil Knievel, or are you telling dick jokes? Like, it was. I couldn't have another hobby that might put me in any kind of physical danger.
Right. Just walking the streets is physical danger. We're passing Thor right now.
Let's go on the sidewalk because I know that there's a bike gonna just mow me down. My friend described the cyclists here as like New York taxi drivers.
Oh yeah, they want to hit you. They're like, they challenge you.
Yeah, we've been doing this to tourists for years, and we don't lose.
No, never. They're batting 1,000 with people
Yeah.
they can knock over on those things.
Well, we got a show. I know I brought that up 10 minutes ago.
We can
And
bring it up again.
it's
It's about
starting
to rain on
here.
us.
We're going to, let's find some food.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's get some food. And thanks for watching, everybody.
Thanks, guys. Come to our shows.
Where can people find you?
At Alliwo on Instagram. ALLIWO. That's also my website, alliwo.com.
Fantastic. Thanks for watching, everybody. And stay tuned. There will be more roustabouts. Hunter Collins coming in tonight. So
Woo!
we'll just see what happens.
Call him the carefree car.